Wow, look at all this blood. Oh, there's even blood in the mansion. Whoa. Yeah? I forcefully snapped bolt upright in bed. I must have been having a terrible dream. My body is soaked with sweat. Except, I don't remember having the kind of dream that would make me toss and turn in my sleep. In fact, I get the sense that I'd slept deeper and longer than usual. It feels as if I'd slept for an entire day. So did that whole section when he, snuck out of the mansion to look for food just didn't happen, and then once he fell asleep with his glasses on, he fell asleep, and that whole event, him encountering Mario, didn't happen? Or did that stuff did happen, and he just crawled back into the mansion and fell asleep with his glasses on again? It's confusing me now. Thanks to that, I wasn't greeted by an unpleasant sight when I woke up, and I got a good night's sleep. I must have been really out of it last night if I didn't even remember to take off my glasses. No, I should stop thinking about what happened in the lobby. As long as I tell Akia about how I broke the chair, Hisui probably won't have to take the blame for it. After a few timid knocks, a familiar figure enters the room. Hisui bows deeply. Even after everything that happened yesterday, there's no bitterness in her expression. I'm sure this behavior is just par for the course for a maid, but right now I'm especially grateful for it. Oh, that's cool. It's like it didn't happen at all. I feel a little guilty about just sweeping what I did under the rug, but I guess that's better than Akia getting the wrong idea and scolding Hisui for it. The clock informs me that it's just past 7 a.m. Monday. I can't see why she'd ask me something that obvious. Monday? It was Friday, last chapter, right? So did we sleep for 2 days? Hisui leaves the uniform she's holding on top of my desk, then quietly takes her leave. I pull myself together and get out of bed. As I'm taking off my pajamas and changing into my uniform, I notice my knife sitting on top of the table. For the past few days, I've gone around with this memento from my father stashed into my pocket. Now, it will likely never see use again. Ciel senpai, arcueid, everything that tied me to vampires, starting with Vlav, has been swept up together and carried off to who knows where. School without senpai won't be nearly as exciting. Still, it's only a return to the way things used to be. All I've lost are things that I only recently gained. Everything I had before still remains, just as it was. In a sense, this return to my ordinary life is the one thing senpai left behind. If I frame it that way, I can keep on living even without Senpai around. I won't be able to forget about her, but I'll keep on living. Even if it's nothing more than an empty lie, if I keep repeating it day after day, it'll become my reality. I put away the knife in my desk drawer and leave my room. Now then, it's time to head to school, just as I always have. There's this weird feeling I have right now that everything seems normal, but something weird's under the covers. 7:45 a.m. With school drawing near, the road is teeming with students. I can spot a couple people that seem to be struggling with the return of the work week, but the overall mood is still cheerful. The bizarre events that had plagued the city seem to have stopped, leaving everyone feeling like a weight has been lifted from their shoulders. And yet, I can't adjust to this carefree atmosphere. Not only do I know the truth behind those incidents, but the familiar sight of the school reminds me of a reality I'd rather forget. I know it's pathetic, but no matter how much I try to cheer myself up, the fact that Senpai is gone still weighs heavy on my head. Oh, hi. Hold on a second. That illusion doesn't look like it's actually an illusion at all. It looks more like the figure of someone I'd never mistake for anyone else. This makes no sense. Why the hell is Senpai nonchalantly strolling to school like this? Like she doesn't have a care in the world.
Senpai!
Without even meaning to, I call out as I run after her. Senpai calmly turns around, as if she'd known I was there all along.
おや、遠野くん。おはようございます。今朝はいつになく元気いっぱいですね。
はい、おはようございます。って、そうじゃなくて3度目こういうの3度目です。先輩、帰ったんじゃないんですか？
その予定でしたけど、当面仕事がないようなので残らせていただきました。それにちゃんと卒業までいると約束しましたし、私が遠野くんを置いて帰るわけないじゃないですか。
I couldn't just disappear and leave you behind. Senpai said those words with a faint smile on her face.
それは。
はい、何ですか？
その言葉通りの意味として受け取っていいんでしょうか？
はい、遠野くんの想像にお任せします。
Senpai giggles as she answers me, an embarrassed smile on her face. My chest is so tightly packed with emotions that I can barely breathe. I don't think I've ever been this happy, or rather this grateful to be alive. I feel like if I let my guard down for so much as a second, I'd be liable to hug Senpai on the spot. Make no mistake, my heart is on fire right now. I can't even imagine what I'd do right now if the two of us were alone.
Senpai!
I don't like the sound of that, I don't think. I firmly grasp Senpai's hand.
それじゃあ、もう本当にどこにも行かないんですね。ずっとこのまま学校にいるんですよね。
ですね、ずっと学校にいたらおばあさんになっちゃいます。私は3年生なんですから、あと4ヶ月で卒業です。
そうでした。すみません。でも昨日みたいにいきなり帰るなんてことはなくて、ちゃんと話はできるんですよね。
もちろんですとも。初子貫徹はいい言葉です。こうなったら最後までお付き合いしますよ、遠野くん。
As I nod, I realize just how deeply relieved I am. My body wants to run laps around the school grounds, but my heart is filled with an even deeper feeling. I'm so happy that I want to cry, but I don't want to let even one drop of this happiness leak out that way.
思いのほか落ち着いていますね、遠野くん。実のところ、ちょっと驚かせようと思わないことはなかったのですが。
So she was fully aware of just how much of a surprise this would come as. I find myself cracking a weary smile at her mischievous nature.
嬉しすぎてバカになりそうですけど、自制ぐらいできるんです。 それにほら、心のどこかでまた驚かされるんだろうなって気はしてましたから。
Yeah, sure. I give her an honest smile to try and convey exactly how I feel right now.
そうですか。それは日頃の行いがたたってしまったと反省すべきところでしょうか。
Seemingly embarrassed, Senpai averts her gaze.
そろそろ朝礼の時間ですね。遠野くん、そろそろ行かないと遅刻しちゃいます。
そうだね。それじゃあ先輩、また休み時間に。
I wave goodbye to Senpai and turn to face the school. A grin still plastered across my face, I begin running toward my classroom as fast as I can. First period is over. We've got a 10-minute break before the next class starts.
よし。
There's no way I can hold out until lunch. I know I'm being way too overeager, but I can't help myself. Just catching a glimpse of her will be enough. I'll head to the third-year classrooms and find Senpai. For what exactly?
あれ、どこかに行っちゃうんですか、遠野くん。
おっ、
My mind goes blank at this unexpected encounter. Senpai managed to beat me to the stairs somehow.
いえ、先輩を探しに行こうと飛び出したというか、いつも待ってるばかりだからたまにはこっちから行こうと思ったんです。
それは嬉しいですけど、遠野くん、私のクラスを知らないでしょ。3年の B クラスですから覚えておいてくださいね。なんでしょう、その沈黙。何か不名誉な指摘を受けている気がしますが。
いや、茶道部の部費でお茶飲んでるだけじゃなくてよかったなと。感心。分かってましたけど、真面目に授業を受けてたんですね。
What's your report card looking like? You got all A's?
はい、
You seem like the type.
なんとか授業についていってます。遠野くん、私のことをそんな風に思ってたんですか？
Shouldn't have said that. The fact that I can't bring myself to pretend I didn't mean it is a little heartless, even for me.
すみません。あまりに先輩が神出鬼没なんで、よからぬ想像する時もなくはありませんでした。先輩の耳には届いてないだろうけど、1、2年の間じゃ楽しい噂話もあるし。
ほほう、よからぬ想像とはどのような？
授業にいないのにいるように見えたりとか、実は何人にも分身できたりとか、いくらなんでも万能すぎるし、実は学校を裏で牛耳ってるんじゃないとか、まあ諸説いろいろ。
遠野くんはそう思っていたんですか？
Is this what hell feels like? In the blink of an eye, the pleasant atmosphere has been replaced by an icy chill. This is really bad. If I say the wrong thing here, it could easily spell my doom. One thing's for sure. She does skip class right, she can clone herself right, she does have the student council under her thumb, right? Well, as always, say first. I mean... all of these seem kind of believable in their own way. I mean, we did see her skip class before. I don't think she probably does it consistently or like too often. Clones? Have there been some type mode characters that have been known to clone themselves? Because I don't, I wouldn't put it past her, but I think the most believable thing is 3, like logically speaking. So, let's see.
生徒会を牛耳ってるぐらいはありなのかなと。
ありません。そもそも生徒会会員の皆さんは大変優秀です。学校行事をより良くしようとする姿勢だけでなく、来るべき中高一貫校への変化に対応できるよう日々努力なさっています。私がしていることなんてちょっと弱気ですぐネガティブになってしまう会長氏のお尻を叩くくらいです。また 支援で行動しがちな人物なので、そういう時はボクシングジムなどに連れて行くくらいです。
なるほど。
In other words, she's got the student council president by the scruff of their neck. She's from France, so maybe she's just never heard of the phrase under one's thumb.
ああ、でも先輩、茶道部については疑問があるというか、質問があるというか、前に部員はいないって言ってましたけど、この学校初めから茶道部そのものがないんじゃないですか？もしかして本当になかった？じゃあ茶道室は先輩が作った、いや、学校側に作らせた謎の空き教室なんですか？
さあ、私には点でわからないお話みたいです。
Oh, she is so denying it. Ciel Senpai's gaze wanders over to the windows as she blatantly avoids answering the question.
いいけど別に、どんな悪さをしても先輩は根っからの悪人じゃないし、誰にも迷惑はかけてないんだろうし。でも先輩の暗示ってそんなことまでできちゃうんですか？
ですから遠野くんのお話は点でわからないのでお答えできません。
I stare at Ciel Senpai intently. A little under a minute passes in complete silence.
割としつこいんですね、遠野くん。
別に先輩の目って青いんだなーって見てただけです。
God, you're such a pervert, Shiki. Jesus Christ. Senpai breathes a sigh as if admitting defeat.
言っておきますが、暗示というものはそんなに都合のいいものじゃないんですよ。人を言いなりになんかできませんし、無理難題を通すこともできません。暗示とは物事の捉え方を変えるのではなく、そらすというのが大前提なんです。私がいくら遠野くんはカレーが大好きと言い聞かせても、遠野くん本人がカレーが大嫌いならその暗示は成立しません。
あれ、そうなんですか？じゃあ本人が嫌がっていることは無効化される？
はい、まあそれでも遠野くんにカレーを食べてもらう方法はいくらでもありますけどね。例えば大好きだから食べるというのではなく、食べなければ死んでしまうと暗示をかければ。
ああ、なるほど。大嫌いでも食べるしかないですね。なんだ、やっぱり何でもできるじゃないですか、それ。
だから何でもじゃありませんってば。そういった意味のすげ替えはとても難しいんです。きちんと舞台を整えて、よっぽどうまいストーリーを作らないとかかってくれません。暗示にかかりにくい人も大勢いますし、私にできることなんて私を疑問に思わないという暗示ぐらいです。
Right, I'm pretty sure Noel-sensei mentioned that too. She said something about how Ciel Senpai created an environment where none of the students would question the presence of an unfamiliar upperclassman. But that's all Ciel Senpai's suggestion did. Which means that the reason why everyone in school came to depend on her has nothing to do with her suggestions. They simply started to rely on her as a natural consequence of her tendency to help people out whenever they're in need.
と、そろそろ時間ですね。また昼休みに来ますけど、体の方は大丈夫ですか？今朝は随分と顔色が悪いようですが。
はい。
I look unwell? I'm feeling pretty good, so I don't see why she'd think that.
大丈夫ですよ。ちょっと寝すぎたのか、体がだるいだけで。
そうですか。頭痛の方はどうです？
そっちは相変わらずかな。でも今朝は調子がいいです。そもそも少しぐらい痛くてもメガネをかけていれば問題はありません。
そうですか。それを聞いて安心しました。でも油断は禁物ですよ。事件は解決しましたが、何があるか分かりませんから。というわけで 携帯を出してください。
携帯ですか？
I grab my phone from my pocket. Senpai takes hers out as well. Wait, could it be?
はい、これが私のメールアドレスと電話番号です。
Sweet.
よかったら遠野くんのアドレスも教えてくれますか？大事な話はメールや電話の方がいいと思います。
はい、もちろん。ちょっと待って。
Unable to control my excitement, I hastily fumble around with my phone. I can't believe how pathetic I must look. Maybe it's just my inborn middle-class mindset, but I have absolutely no idea how to deal with this sudden stroke of good fortune.
はい、確かにいただきました。それじゃあ何かおかしなことがあったら遠慮なく相談してください。
You got it. Senpai flashes me a smile and heads off down the stairs. After seeing her off, I spend a few minutes doing nothing but basking in the afterglow. As I stand there, frozen in place with joy, the bell rings to signal the start of second period. I gotta hurry up. Once fourth period is over, the classroom suddenly becomes abuzz with excitement. And not just because it's time for lunch either. As class was ending, Kamoka Shigeru-sensei, our physics teacher, made the following announcement.
連絡があるのを忘れていました。今日の授業は私でおしまいです。校舎に欠陥が発見されたので、午後は工事のための調査が入ります。皆さんはこのまま午後2時までに下校するように。食堂は1時まで空いていますので、定期食券を持っている生徒の方は利用しても構いません。ではでは。
Alright. The defect is apparently some sort of subsidence issue, so I wondered if it might have something to do with the cave Rola's coffin was in. There aren't any vampires left anyway, so it shouldn't be a problem. Besides, if it was related to a dangerous place like that, then I'm sure Senpai would have said something about it. Whatever it is, it probably has nothing to do with us. There are 10 or so students left in the classroom, still trying to decide on how to spend their afternoon off. Naturally, I am one of them. I wonder if I should wait here for Senpai, or if I should head straight to the tea ceremony room. Just as I realize that this is actually the perfect opportunity to test out the phone number I've recently acquired, our class's very own Rip Von Winkle, who has spent the whole morning face down on his desk, approaches me with a suspicious smile on his face.
皆まで言うな。遊びに行こう、殿。
Okay.
また今日はえらくストレートに来たな。何か嫌なことでもあったのか、お前。
別に今日はわけもなく親友と遊びに行きたくなっただけだぜ。
He's gotta have some ulterior motive here. Either he's out of cash and needs someone else to foot the bill, or he's worried the place he picked out isn't that good and doesn't want to suffer it alone.
お断りだ。どうせ約束をすっぽかされたかなんかだろう。今日は先輩と帰るんだから、お前の愚痴に付き合ってやる余裕はないよ。
先輩ってシエル先輩？
そうだけど。
Yeah, I was about to say,
お前
yeah.
先輩のことを覚えてるのか？
何ですかそれは。先輩は俺の大本命だぞ。忘れるわけないでしょうが。
Arihiko answers immediately, like I asked the most obvious question in the world. I see. Ciel Senpai started coming to school again, so everything's gone back to normal. Though, that sure seems like much a bigger change than she claimed suggestion was capable of.
あ、先輩だ。やっほー。
Arihiko waves at her excitedly.
お待たせしました、遠野くん。乾くんもこんにちは。
Ciel Senpai politely bows to us.
予定が変わってしまいましたけど、どうします？遠野くんはお家に帰りますか？それとも茶道室に寄っていきます？
茶道室に行きます。このまま帰ると正門でお別れになるし、今日はもっと先輩と話がしたいから、茶道室でゆっくりお茶を。
What are you doing? Someone has gripped me tightly by the shoulders and is vigorously shaking me back and forth.
こんにちは。起きてますか？
The perpetrator is none other than Arihiko.
なんだよアリヒコ、まだいたのか。
ずっとてめえの目の前にいたっつうの。そしてあまりのたわごとに覚醒したっつうの。あれだ、あんまりこういうのに口出しする趣味はねえが、今のはあんまりにもあれだったんで口出しする。
Arihiko looks back and forth between Ciel senpai and me, an exasperated look on his face. Ciel senpai and I exchange glances.
あのね、君たちせっかくの反動をどうしてそういう風にしか使えねえんだよ。作動室に寄っていくとか正気を失う、いや疑うレベルだからな。ここは人工失楽園、21世紀の東京だぜ。もっとマシな遊び場はあそこに山ほど転がってるだろうが。
With a sweep of his hands, Arihiko exaggeratedly points outside the window.
どこでしょうか？
窓の外はまあ要するに外だと思うけど。
I give what I assume to be a reasonable answer to Ciel senpai's question. But then, Arihiko starts scolding me once again.
どうも、お前がそんなだから先輩までボケちまってんのさ。まだ昼なんだぞ。駅前なんて徒歩10分なんだ。ついでに俺たちは学生なんだぞ。これだけの条件が揃っていて、どうして街で遊びまくる企画力がねえんだよお前は。
You dumbass Arihiko. You think I wouldn't love to go do something like that? The problem is... I steal a glance at Ciel senpai. I feel like she'd been way more at home taking a leisurely stroll around the park than having an afternoon out at the town. There's no way I could propose something like that to her. Even if I did invite her, I'm sure she'd refuse.
乾くんの意見はもっともです。遠野くんへのご褒美もありますし、せっかくなので3人で遊びに行きましょうか。
マジで。
先輩？
いいじゃないですか。たまにはこういうのも。もう何も気兼ねをする必要もないんですし、遠野くんと乾くんと3人で遊びに行くんならきっと楽しいです。
Sounds like fun.
まあ、先輩がいいって言うなら俺も嬉しいけど。
はい、乾くんもいいですよね。
Aw, that face. Lovely. Hey now, what kind of expression is that?
それじゃあ決まりですね。お二人ともお昼ご飯はどうします？お家で食べてくるか、それとも3人で一緒に食べましょうか。
いや、それは学校でいつもやってるし、外食する分の金は遊びに回そう。俺も有彦もあんまり持ってないしなあ。
What about you though, Ciel?
俺、姉貴に金借りてもいいかも。
It looks like Arihiko really wants to eat out with Ciel senpai.
先輩はなんか外で食べに行きたいところとかある？
I'm gonna guess it's a curry shop.
食べに行きたいところですか。特にリクエストはありませんけど、そうですね、あまり値段が高いところはちょっと。
そっか、人よりいっぱい食べるもんな先輩。そりゃお金がかかるか。
違います。なんてことを言うんですか、遠野くんは。
This hypothesis is well supported by all the data I've gathered in the tea ceremony room, but I'll just drop it for now.
いいです。私も乾くんに賛成です。今から3人でお昼ご飯を食べに行きましょう。 映画館の横にある喫茶店のインド風パイが美味しいと聞いて、いつか行こうと決めていたんです。
お、アーネンエルブとは通だね先輩。あの喫茶店のマスター、どこぞのイタリア料理の達人らしいぜ。
One has to wonder how the hell this guy is so well informed about this kind of gossip.
それでは映画館の前に30分後に集合としましょう。いいですね、遠野くん。
いや先輩、俺家に帰るのに30分かかるんだけど。
それでは解散です。遅刻者は食後のデザートを振る舞う系にします。
Ciel senpai wastes no time heading for the hallway.
おーし、盛り上がってきたなトロ。シエル先輩と親密になるチャンスは今、ただ今なり。ところで、いっそ1日ぐらい遅れてくれても構わないですよ。
Arihiko also bolts out of the classroom. That got out of hand pretty quickly.
ま、いいか。
The important thing here is that I'll be hanging out with Ciel senpai. I can't think of a better outcome than that. I grab my bag and also make a mad dash for my house. Panting, I jog up the hill by the mansion. I made it here from the school in 15 minutes. An outstanding new record, but still not enough if I want to get there on time. That's another 5 minutes gone. It took me 20 minutes just to get home. Even if I pull out all the stops, I don't see any world in which I can get ready, run back down the hill, and make it to the station in less than another 20 minutes. Senpai must have decided on what ridiculous schedule knowing full well that my house was on top of that hill.
ああ、もう時々思い出したように意地悪になるんだから先輩は。
I rush into the lobby and finally come to a halt. Panting heavily, I calm my racing heart. I better slow to a brisk walk from here, both because running inside the mansion would be a breach of etiquette, and to give myself a chance to catch my breath.
シキ様、お帰りになられたのですか？
ただいま、今帰ってきた。すぐに出かけるから昼飯は用意しなくていいよ。
I greet Hisui, who has just come out of the living room, then begin making my way up the stairs. Oh god. Not again. Not now. You let yourself, overwork yourself? Suddenly without any warning. Throb. My vision has dyed a deep red. Oh shit. I hear Hisui's voice. Her feet pound against the carpet. I didn't know she could get this worked up. Yeah, this is the most energy I've heard your voice be. My ears pick up a voice right next to me, but I can't see Hisui at all. Nothing exits but the crushing pain inside my skull.
落ち着いて、翡翠ちゃん。階段から落ちた怪我は軽い打撲だけよ。お医者様を呼ぶほどのものじゃないわ。
Perfect timing, Kohaku.
それより危ないのは体の熱です。階段を踏み外したのも熱のせいでしょうから、すぐにベッドの用意をして。はい。姉さん、このことは明葉様には。このまま大事がなければお知らせする必要はありません。解熱剤は私の部屋にあるからお願い。
So are we gonna take the car to the way to the meeting place, or what? The sound of Hisui's footsteps fades into the distance.
四季さん、気がつかれました？
紅白さん。
はい。四季さん、階段から転がってきたんですよ。背中を軽く打ってしまわれましたが、幸い大事はありません。 ですが、熱が終わりのようですね。お出かけの予定かと存じますが、どうか今日はこのままお休みください。
Kawaka-san places a hand on my shoulder, steadying me as I pick myself up.
いや、大丈夫。休まなくてもすぐ収まります。ここまで全力で走ったから息が上がってるだけで。
いけません。そんな青い顔をして何をおっしゃっているんですか。四季さんのお体を見る者としてこれ以上の無茶はさせられません。
でも約束が。
お断りの連絡でしたら引き受けます。
Oh, so much for
あん
that.
まり無茶するようでしたらお注射の出番ですから。
Kawaka-san has placed herself squarely between me and the door. I hear my skull crack. I think Kawaka-san is a nuisance. Kawaka-san is right. What the fuck is this? Oh, I know the answer, but I might as well just save. Kawaka-san's right. Chill out. She's right. I'd only cause problems for Ciel-senpai and Arihiko if I went to see them with a headache like this. It's not like I'll never get another chance to see them again. I should just take things easy for now.
そうだね。今日はも
よかった。お休みいただけるんですね。四季さん、お一人で歩けますか。
う。いや、ごめん。
In fact, I can barely even stand.
あ、ちょうどよかった、翡翠ちゃん。四季さんをお部屋までお連れして。姉さん、ですが。翡翠ちゃん、四季さんは病人なんですよ。困っている人を見捨てるのはあなたの性格じゃないでしょ。ええ、今日ぐらいは私が許します。ちゃんと四季さんを看病するべきです。はい。ごめんなさい、姉さん。わがままを言って。分かってくれればいいんです。それでお薬は見つかった？姉さんの部屋の薬箱は多すぎて、解熱剤はこれでしょうか。それはちょっと違う用途に使うものです。四季さんはしっかりしてますから、まだ精神安定剤はいりません。そうですね。見たところ、四季さんの熱は疲れから来ているようですから、薬は私が処方します。翡翠ちゃん、すぐに行くからあとはよろしくね。
Kawaka-san briskly heads off toward the west wing, where her room was located.
それでは四季様、お部屋にお連れします。
Hisui proceeds to apologize in advance, then timidly lends me her shoulder. With her help, I begin climbing the stairs. As we make our way upstairs, it isn't the constant pounding of my headache that leaves an impression on me. It's the pained expression on Hisui's face as she stands right beside me. Ultimately, I gave Kawaka-san a message for Ciel-senpai, told her she's waiting in front of the movie theater, and then headed for my bed. My headache won't let up. My body temperature, on the other hand, has sunk so low I've lost all sensation in my limbs. Has gone right back to normal again. What? What was that for? All that's left to do now is get into bed, lie perfectly still, and wait for my headache to pass.
姉さんはマキッサ様のご好意で、薬剤師としての教育を受けさせていただいたんです。マキッサ様が亡くなられる前は、マキッサ様の健康面での相談役でもありました。
Hisui has regained her usual impassive appearance, and is now telling me something I have never even asked her about. Oh lord. This does not look good at all, dude. At all. It's just the way how, like, this whole thing started up with, like, yeah, we're gonna have some fun at the station or whatever, and then now this grim shit's going down. That's just the setup they wanted to make. That shit was gonna be happy, and then just to throw a curveball at you. I swear, you can never get too comfortable with this type of shit, you know? I feel a grinding pain in my temple. It's like someone's jabbed a knife about a centimeter deep into my head, and is now working it around in a circle like you would of an old-fashioned can opener. Despite the amount of pain I'm in, it seems like Hisui is taking it in stride and intends to continue taking care of me. This stab feels deeper than the others. It's like whatever's been carving through my flesh has finally struck bone.
シキ様、まだどこか痛むのですか？
きつい。悪いけど。
はい。何でしょう？
目障りだから出て行ってくれ。そこにいられると気になって眠れない。
Oh yeah, definitely not acting like himself, that's for sure.
はい。それでは失礼いたします。ご用がありましたらお呼びください。
It's almost as if someone or something is possessing him. Hisui leaves the room. For some reason, I feel a lot better now that she's gone. My headache's cleared up as well. I should finally be able to sleep in peace. Yeah? I hear the high-pitched sound of a knock, and then the door opens.
失礼
Akio.
します、兄さん。起きていらっしゃいますか？
Oh god, the heartbeats in the back, how dark it is, her presence, shiki state. This isn't looking good.
ああ、起きてるよ。何か用か、アキラ。
And his voice. Oh my god, it's like he's a whole different person. My throat must be really dry. My voice sounds as hoarse as an old man's. I can't even recognize it as my own.
いえ、兄さんが貧血で休んでいると聞いたので、様子を見に来ただけです。
I don't think this is anemia at work. She looks me over as I lie flat against the bed. Her gaze is filled with genuine concern. It must be because of my headache, but that concern of hers feels completely unwarranted at this point.
体は何ともない。看病されるほどのものでもないから、こうして一人で休んでいるんだ。お前も自分の部屋に戻れ。
翡翠の報告通りですね。今の兄さんは、体はもちろん、精神まで落ち込んでいるようです。ですが、食事はどうなさるおつもりですか？じき夕食の時間ですが。
Dinner? Ah, so it's already that late in the day. Still, I'm not hungry, nor do I have any desire to eat.
食欲はないから、夕食はいい。いいから今日は下がってくれ。気分が悪いんだ。
わかりました。今日はゆっくりお休みください。ですが、起きていらっしゃるのなら、部屋の電気ぐらいはつけてください。暗がりにいると、目を悪くするでしょう。
いいんだ。この方が落ち着くから。
Okay, that ended a lot better than I thought it would. Akia leaves the room, but even as she's closing the door behind her, there's a look in her eyes that suggests there's something more she'd like to say. Ugh, I can't stand this shit. First there was Hisui's attitude, and now Akia's looking at me with those worried eyes. Why are they treating me like I'm some kind of tumor? This sort of thing happens to me all the time. It's not like I'm so severely wounded that I'm vomiting up or sucking down blood. So why can't they just leave me in peace? Crunch. I can hear myself grinding my teeth in the darkness. I'm well aware that my nerves are rotting away. Oh my god. This suffocating feeling that's even worse than my headache makes me want to blank everyone. I feel like staying up will only make me depressed. The sun has already set, too. I don't feel sleepy, but I'll try to get some sleep regardless. Oh yeah. Yeah, I know what's happening. Shiki's getting them urges. I'm awoken by the feeling that I'm being suffocated. I get out of bed, change my pajamas for some regular clothes, and grab my knife from the drawer. I'm pretty sure there's always a jug of water set out in the dining room. I'll go downstairs and get a drink. I head for the dining room. That doesn't look like the dining room to me. I head for the dining room. It's after midnight. There isn't a soul to be seen in the hallways of the mansion. There's nobody passing by. No defenseless backs to be found. I came at the wrong time. If I'd left an hour earlier, I would have had more options to choose from. Yeah, he's getting them urges for real. There's a dragging sound as I walk. That dragging sound. It isn't the sound of me dragging my feet. It's the sound of the object I'm dragging behind me. I came at the perfect time. If I'd left an hour earlier, I wouldn't have been able to roam around so freely. Shuffle, shuffle. Didn't he just bring his knife? What the hell? I walk with the woman's hair grasped firmly in my fingers. What? She has long hair. I went for her because she reminded me of Akiha. Not that her face looks all that similar. I was just taken with her hair. Having passed through the lobby, I arrived at the dining room. I released my grip on her hair. She's still unconscious. I haven't killed her. Since I missed dinner, I've decided to go out of my way to make this meal as delicious as possible. I've heard that the blood of a corpse is cold and rather unappetizing, and contains none of the value of their life. The woman's neck, free of any makeup, is like a piece of sweet, translucent confectionery. Not bad at all. As I grip my knife with one hand, I savor the woman's neck, and then... That was an unspeakably vile dream. What is happening? I am losing my shit right now. What is happening? Is he turning into a vampire or not? Stop fucking teasing me with these dreams that look very, very real, because there's no difference in the way it looks. As I wake up, I gradually begin to recognize my surroundings. My throat is painfully dry, and all the hairs on my body are standing on end. About something like that. I can't believe it. Why would I dream about going out to the city at night, knocking a woman unconscious from behind and dragging her to a back alley? Sure, it might have just been a harmless dream, but if I ever did something like that in real life, it'd mean I'd gone certifiably insane. I try to get my strangely labored breathing under control. Rubbing my hand over my eyes, I take a few deep breaths. My chest hurts so much that I doubt I'll be able to fall back to sleep. I'll turn on the lights and read a book or something until morning comes. It feels like cold water is being poured over my head. What the hell? Little by little. You tearing the bed sheets or something? My eyes adjust to the darkness. Did you really get out there? What is going on? So he really is in the back alley. What the fuck? Is he insane? Is he hallucinating? What is going on? My breath catches in my throat. I'm not in my room. I'm in a deserted back alley. I'm holding an unsheathed knife in my hands. And lying on the ground before me is an unconscious woman I've never seen before. What the fuck? What? What on earth am I doing? Wasn't it a dream? Wasn't all that just a dream? Maybe it's one of those dreams where you think you woke up, but it's actually still a dream. Because I know I've had those before. It must have been. I mean, when have I even so much as thought about doing something like this? I've never wanted to attack a woman I've never met, run my knife along the lines that crisscross her supple flesh, and tear her limb from limb so that I can't see her deep red blood. Have I? I mean, you've done it before. Oh yeah, look at that. You see that silhouette? Shit. You really must be tripping, huh? That's crazy. My mind is sent reeling by the disturbing vision. Red blood, warm blood, thirst-quenching blood. I don't even want to think about it, and yet, right now, I've got an insatiable desire to see that color. Kill her, kill her, kill her, kill her. That urge repeats itself over and over in my mind, pulsating in time with my heartbeat. What is this feeling? It's almost like I've turned into a blank. Oh gee, I wonder what that blank means. I wonder what that blank is covering up. Something just like that man. I'm like a being that has been released from the petty shackles that bound me and can no longer be fettered by anyone. I remember now. She said something along the same lines. Alright, bye-bye now. Your luck has finally run out. Blank. Isn't it about time you faced up to the facts? You may not have realized it yet yourself, but the truth is you're nothing more than a long-dead psychotic murderer. But then, what? What is all of this? Why would I be doing something like this? I've come to my senses, so why am I still pressing my knife against the woman's neck? Not only that, but... oh yeah. Just what was that blood-soaked spectacle that I got a taste of last night?
夢だ。そんなのは夢だ。だって俺にはそんな記憶はない。日曜日に何をしたかなんて。なんて。
In that instant it finally clicks. The sense of dread I felt this morning, the parts of my memory that are nothing but gaping voids. This weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I have absolutely no recollection of what I did on those days. I frantically rack my brain. I can vaguely remember Saturday. Sunday, however, is a complete blank. There's nothing. It's like it never happened. How long have I been... They say all the people who become Rose hosts maintain their sense of self until suddenly they just poof, become different. Living my life as someone who's not Tonoshiki. The woman's eyelids stir. She's starting to regain consciousness. Shit. Once she wakes up, there will be no turning back. I can't explain this way. I have no choice but to destroy the evidence. If I don't thoroughly dismember her before she gets up, I'll... Oh yeah. This shit is really... I don't remember this shit happening in our group. So it just suddenly happens in Ciel route. If I'm remembering right, I don't think this type of shit happened in our group. So... I don't know, one thing might have led to another, and then bam, Shiki is Roa. I move my knife. No. I don't even need to look at her lines of death. If I do that, there's no point in hesitating, after all. If I don't stop, you've already sliced through plenty of pale necks, haven't you? It'll mean I'm truly nothing more than scum. My fingers have gone numb. I can no longer pull back or withdraw. I hear the woman's voice. She realizes that a knife is being held to her neck. The woman's screams are drowned out by my own. I scream and I scream, like a broken siren, and then suddenly I'm already sprinting away. My fingers are trembling. My mind is completely blank. But the fact remains that I narrowly managed to run away before I thrust my knife into that woman. However, if she had screamed before I did, then just like that I would have. Oh, he's straight tweaking right now. I'm scared. Scared of what I might have done. More scared than I've ever been before. It's coming after me. I can feel it hanging over me. Yet no matter how far I run, I'll never be able to escape the horror I've become. I dive into my room and try to lock the door. It's as simple as grabbing that protruding piece of metal and twisting it, and yet, all I can hear is the sound of the knob turning and turning and turning. I'm scared. If I don't lock the door soon, it will get inside. That indistinct something will get inside. Lock it. I need to lock it. I can't let that thing enter this room. I can't let that thing leave this room. But what thing? I don't know. Despite not knowing, I keep trying to lock the door like a man possessed. The only thing that's turning is the doorknob. My fingers are still gripping the doorknob, refusing to let go. I turn it over and over again like a madman. It turns and turns and turns and turns. The rattling as it spins beats against my eardrums and cascades into my brain. Rattle, 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 stab. Losing my temper, I use my other hand to plunge my knife into the wrist of the hand still gripping the doorknob. The sounds have finally stopped. Squish, squish. Only now I can get a good grip on the lock, because it's too slippery. Squish, 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 snap, snap, squish, crack. After breaking my third finger, I lose all hope. There's no hope for me anymore. But my other hand just won't let go of the knife. At this rate, I'll never be able to lock the door. I am so frightened right now, I have no clue what is even happening anymore. At my wit's end, I thrust my knife into my palm and carve out an appropriately sized hole. Perfect! Delighted, I wrap my palm around the handle of the key. Squish. The piece of metal slots nearly into the gap in my flesh. The pain is so excruciating that I burst out laughing. I laugh so hard, I feel like my mouth's about to split open. Laughing through the pain, I twist my wrist, squirm, click, slide. A brilliant display. I finally managed to lock the door. I can't stop laughing. I feel a little thirsty, so I hurl myself at the door to try and get to the dining room. It won't open, it won't open, it won't open. There's no way around it. I bring my bloody palm to my mouth, and there's no way around it. I bring my bloody palm to my mouth and lap up the fluid. It doesn't taste good at all. My throat is still that of a human, so it's not tough enough to gulp down this vicious liquid. Suddenly I lock eyes with a stranger. The man reflected in the window looks incomparably happy, yet incomparably pitiful. With that, I finally understand. Understand that you're already done for. I just don't know anymore. What? I just don't believe. I just don't believe anymore. I just don't believe. What is Shiki? What is he? I don't think the imagery that I was shown, the things that Shiki did, his tone, the way he spoke about himself. I just don't know anymore. Like, what is really going on right now? I'm just so clueless about everything. I just don't understand. I just don't understand.